Hey everybody, this is Ronald with your 410 Middle School Ministry Sunday morning recap. I think I got all that right. Well, this Super Bowl Sunday, we continued our series talking about Dave and the way he related to people in authority over him. And what seems like a really weird thing to do when talking about David in the Bible is we skipped the story of David and Goliath. I told students to go and read it in 1 Samuel 16, but then I said, hey, we're actually going to pick up in 1 Samuel 17 and continue on and look at all the different ways that David related to King Saul. And I kind of led off with this question: has anybody ever broken your stuff? And I talked about when I was in middle school on a free day where we got to bring whatever we wanted to. I brought my PlayStation to school because the teacher was cool with it. A student broke one of my controllers, and I responded by throwing my other controller on the ground and just about breaking that as well. And then we talked about when someone treats you wrong, normally what we want to do is we want to treat them wrong back, right? When someone does something mean or hurtful to us, we often want to respond in kind. And we talked about how that's not really a helpful thing, and it's not what David did to King Saul. Even though Saul threw spears at him multiple times, even though Saul tried to have him killed by going out and killing 100 Philistines and bringing back proof so that David could marry his daughter Michal, even though Saul tried to have armies kill David, even though Saul came out against David when he finally fled with 3,000 men throughout all of it, David did not retaliate against Saul. Even though he was being treated wrongly, even though Saul was not treating David how he deserved to be treated. We talked about the really odd circumstance when Saul decided to use the bathroom while in a campaign to get David, and he went into a cave, and it just so happened to be the cave that David was hiding in. And David came up and cut off a part of Saul's cloak to prove that he was close enough to kill Saul but didn't. And even at that moment felt bad about cutting off the cloak. And he told King Saul, hey, God will judge between you and me. God will judge. And so that's what we talked about. This was our main point for our students. We said, even when you're wronged, do what's right. And we talked about how there will be teachers in their lives, adults in their lives, who are going to do stuff that's going to be wrong. And it might hurt students. It might make them feel really bad. And the thought might be, oh, I'm going to get back at this adult in my life, this person in authority over me, because I can. And we tried to say, well, let's look at David's example and think about what would David do in this. We talked about when you were wronged, do what's right. I'm really enjoying this series through Dave. I hope your student is as well. We've got some more follow-up questions down below in the comments of this YouTube video, and if you are not yet subscribed to our email list so that you get these every single week, I hope that you would subscribe and sign up for EchoCon. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.